Ready, set, hunt.
Hey y'all, welcome to another weekend of the Weekend Zone. Again, Britt is going to be glitchy today. Again, Britt can't see or hear anything, so we're going to try our best to get through this. It's your girl, Britt Johnson. You guys can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson.
What's up, everybody? You can follow me everywhere at JRay the Fanatic. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. I feel so bad for you, Britt, because you're just like winging it.
Struggle sauce. If you guys knew what I was doing over here and what my situation looked like, I need a drink. It's early in the morning, but I need a drink. Hey, it's the weekend. So we are going to start with somebody else that actually needs a drink for our first honorable mention today. And this is a drink congratulating him for this amazing Hail Mary. You guys remember this from last weekend. DeAndre Hopkins made the Houstons look crazy yet again. He caught this crazy Hail Mary. The photo of it went completely viral 5-6 years or so. It's obviously in competition with Odell Beckham Jr.'s crazy thing. I think this one is probably takes the cake on that one. Signed by Jordan Brand, and he actually helped Jordan Brand get $5.7 million for exposure with this picture on social media and TV and prints and all of this kind of stuff, which is amazing. Jackie, do you think Jordan Brand needs to send him another check for this picture?
I mean, yeah. We do that all the time on the We Give People Exposure and give them ideas. We don't ever get our percentage, but maybe it's because they don't know us. You know DeAndre, you better give him something.
Right. So our next one is actually going to be the opposite of congratulations and cheers and love. It's going to be towards Jamal Adams now. He actually posted a video kind of talking about his depression. If we have that video, let's take a look at that real quick.
Man, we finished 7-9, right? And we came into the locker room. Everybody was happy, clapping it up, and it was just like, what do I really want? Can I stand this again? Because, bro, I fought depression in New York, bro, and I'm man enough.
Really?
I fought depression, bro.
Wow.
Oh, but there was so many. There's been so many times to where I've came home after a tough loss, and just sat in my room, bro, in the dark. No phone, no TV. And Pops would walk in and be like, hey, man, you all right? He hated to see me like that. It killed my Pop so much, come to find out. He was calling my agent at the time and saying, hey, man, I don't like seeing my son like this. I need him out of this situation.
Not get the same kind of positive feedback as the Dak Prescott situation. In fact, trolls went to social media. They went in on him. One saying being sad game does not equal it. This is rich coming from a man who claims he loves adversity. Truly an ignorant statement. They just said stay woke to the new age PR playbook and how to garner sympathy. There were tons of other ones I don't even want to get into anymore because it actually was really sad. They had one here about the Jets. Can the guy just Jackie talks about it often about being depressed just being with the Jets as well. I'm sure that is enough to garner depression just being on that roster. What did you think about the negative backlash from this video?
So this is the same. I had the same reaction I had when Dak came out about his depression or his battle with mental health. I actually love when guys say this, but that's a very personal thing. From a person who has spent their whole life involved in sports in some way, if you are suffering from depression, I get it. We're in a new age. Yes, we all want to be a little bit more aware, a little bit more mindful about mental issues. But I just don't think you put yourself out there like this because you're going to get this kind of feedback. You're going to get people saying these types of things. And like I said with the Dak Prescott thing, why put blood in the water when you already know that there's sharks lurking around? So I'm on both sides of the fence with this one as a person who really loves people that are coming out because, Britt, you've talked about it before too. Sometimes saying they can help the next person who's struggling with these things. They can say, oh, well, if he's going through this and he's open about it, then I can be open about it and I can get help for my struggles as well. And that's why I really applaud this. But on the flip side, you might have made your situation worse because now you've struggled with the loss. And I get that. Anyone who has a competitive spirit probably gets that. But now there's all these negative comments flooding your way. And if your dad hated to see you depressed over losing a game, imagine how he's going to hate to see you because people are really just being negative towards you and they don't even know your situation. So I get it, but I'm always going to garner or lean on the side of be safe for yourself and don't give people a chance to attack you when you already are going through something. So I hate these people who make these comments, but I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, and not only the Dak Prescott situation, but also remember, I can't even think of the player off the top of my head, but the player that got traded last week from the Jets, and he had his hitchhiking and his umbrella, and he had his uniform on, like I'm out of here kind of thing, and all the love he got in that moment from Jets fans. So I think Jamal saw this moment and is like, oh, well, Jets fans, they're loving right now. They're in this moment, and they're gonna feel my or at least have some sympathy for me. And then for him to not get it, I think he thought that he would because of Dak, and then because of what happened with that Jets player a couple weeks ago when he did get love for hightailing it out of there. But that is going to be it for honorable mentions. Jackie, what you got for us for athlete talk?
Okay, so we've got some athlete trash talk. First we got some athlete wife or girlfriend or chick on the side, whatever, women trash talk. Because you guys know, so Rachel Bush, she sent several messages on Monday. It was the day after watching her Buffalo Bills lose to the Arizona Cardinals. She's the wife of Jordan Poyer. She found a tweet of a woman who called her out for being all about the drama. So she was not having that in any sort of way. So the woman just basically said she had a whole bunch of drama, and then Rachel clapped back with this. She says, the only time ignorant comments bother me are when they come from Buffalo fans or people not accepting others' political opinions, views. Otherwise, I could give two Fs about what is said. LOL. That just kind of seemed a little off topic for me, but whatever. I mean, this was just kind of a back and forth. She sent a bunch of tweets to this woman. Today she said she woke up, she didn't even know what the craziness was. She just was all over the place with this. And this is one of those say less moments for me for sure. She said, today I woke up, Rachel, don't tweet. Don't even acknowledge the crazies. LOL, didn't work. I'll try again tomorrow. What is happening with this woman? I don't understand why I even acknowledge it. It's literally just, sports trash talk was all it really was at the very, very beginning. But she took it to a whole nother level, threw some politics in there in a world where we're saying keep politics out of sports. It just seems a little off to me. Britt, did you see these tweets? What did you think about them?
So this is the same Rachel Bush that we talked about. I think I did it on Britt's Take during our Fumble live shows, and she was talking about Trump did win and yada yada, even though we just found out this week, you guys, on Friday, that Georgia announced that they rechecked all the votes and he won in Georgia. Joe Biden won in Georgia, so it's official, guys. I'm sorry Joe Biden won. And she said in that moment, like, oh, well, us Buffalo Bills people aren't going to want to stay here and pay those taxes, so we're going to
leave.
Yada yada yada. She always is talking about political stuff, and now she wants to say something about somebody who's coming at her. Again, you are right, Jackie. This is a say less moment. Actually, just don't say anything at all. Delete your Twitter, Rachel. I'm sick of you.
Right. Dang, that's the first time I've heard Britt tell somebody to delete their whole Twitter. So this is a big moment right now. All right, let's get into this next one. I actually agree with Des Bryant on this one. He's been pretty vocal as of late. He called out a reporter earlier in the week for bringing up something about Antonio Brown that happened before he got picked up by Tampa Bay. So he is staying the course. He is all over keeping people accountable right now. And then on Monday, DeAndre Baker, he got some really good news because the charges against him, he's a New York Giants cornerback, if you guys forgot that. But the charges against him were dropped. He was accused of robbing a Miami area party. You guys remember that whole story. The stories were just convoluted. They were all back and forth. And apparently there was they were saying DeAndre Baker tried to extort $800,000 from somebody. All of those charges were dropped. It's a crazy, crazy case. But not a whole lot of attention is going around the fact that the charges were dropped. And Des Bryant has something to say about that. He took to Twitter and he said, "Can we blow this up the way they blew it up whenever they got accused? I'm not hearing people, quote unquote, the media, talk about how stupid the person who tried to extort him, SMFH. This is where mental illness starts whenever blacks get accused of false accusations. Praying for you, Baker." And I see where he's coming from, because it's one thing if you're accused of something, especially if you didn't do it, and your name is all over the media, and then when you're exonerated and they find out, oh, none of this is true, it doesn't get the same attention. So your whole reputation has been tarnished, and no one's giving the same attention to the fact that, hey, this guy isn't who we thought he was. None of that happens. And I get how that could probably breed some depression in you, because you're like, no, did y'all hear I didn't do this? So I'm with Des on this. Britt, what do you think?
Right. I completely agree. I actually just tweeted yesterday about a guy who was in prison for 25 years for wrongful conviction and stuff, and I only knew about it because it was on, I do stuff with the Innocence Project, and I had on it a little bit. So you don't ever hear those moments unless, obviously it's like this crazy huge thing or whatever, but a lot of times people don't get like that moment of like vindication, or that moment of like, hey, guess what, I told you guys I didn't do it, listening, because you guys were talking about it forever when you thought I did something wrong, and now I told you guys I didn't do it, and now this is proof that I didn't do it, and nobody gets to know that, like everybody's still in their what I was charged with, or said to have done, allegedly, blah blah blah, and nobody knows that, like, hey, I actually didn't do it. I did a story on the Fumble with a guy, or not a story, I had him on the show. I can't even, it's like blowing my mind right now that I can't think of his name, but Darius Philmon or whatever. He was with the Chargers, and there was a situation that happened in a parking lot with some girls, and supposedly it was like I don't know, he like attacked them or did whatever. Well, the video a year and a half later was just released by the police. Mind you, this got Darius cut from the Chargers at the time, and he hasn't played in the league since then, and the video just got released, and he wasn't doing anything in the parking lot but walk into his car and didn't let the girls in the car and shut the door, and the girls walked off all mad because they couldn't go home with him. And and he's like, hello, you guys. I follow him on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Instagram. That's the only reason why I know about it. But it's like, he's like, hello. I've been 2 years without a team because of this, and now the charges were dropped. I didn't do anything wrong. Blah blah blah. Like, somebody give me a job, But nobody. I didn't see anybody cover it. TMZ covered the original story. They didn't cover it. Crazy and sad to see, because this is people's careers.
But that's all I have for athlete trash talk. Des gets the win this week for me. All right, so are we ready to get into the comment clapbacks? I'm
gonna give it all to you today. I'm gonna give it all because I miss you doing comment clapback. So this week we're gonna have a special Jackie version comment clapback.
All right, so this one, you guys seem to feel some type of way. Every time I seem to talk about LeVar Ball, y'all come and DM me on my Instagram, which is fine because you'll just sit there unread. But once again, LeVar has garnered some hate comments. So let's get into these comment clapbacks for this week. This one's actually not from... Oh, yeah. So this one says, the Fumble has once again fumbled. I like your play on words there. That's cute. You guys really live up to your name. The only time the Fumble can seem to be interesting is when they mention LeVar Ball. Sad sight to see when the only time anyone is interested in you or your endeavors is when you talk about LeVar Ball. Good job, Fumble. Don't drop the ball. Hold on tight, because others coming for them balls. I don't think that came out the way you meant it to come out. But don't fumble LeVar balls. Hang on tight, and one day you might be relevant. Psych. Print some real stories, fake news. Okay, that was a lot. And your play on the balls I thought was cute, so I'll give you like a baby clap. But like it or not, Ball and the Ball family are in the NBA, so they will continue to be. So we will continue to talk about them. Let's get to this next one. Why would we care? Like, honestly, why? If you're going to post sports, post sports. If you have trash, then empty the trash can. Don't dump it on us. I don't think you guys understand how this works. If you are an athlete or someone who's a big name and you do something that's a little not quite right or it's noteworthy, everyone's going to talk about it, not just the Fumble. I don't know what you guys are watching, but everyone's going to talk about it. So let's keep it moving. Good try on that one, though. This one was from the LeVar Ball one where I said he needs some milk. And he said, this lady needs some help. Maybe keep that milk for yourself. I actually don't drink milk. And fun fact, most adults shouldn't because it's just bad for you after, you reach adulthood. But once again, good try. Do we have another one? I think we have one more. Okay. Just came here to say that reporting on a kid's dating life is very strange. Get it together, Fumble. So again, when you are a child, teenager, whatever, of a major athlete, anyone in any entertainment business, what you do is going to become relevant. I agree with you on this one, though. I would rather not talk about what kids do because they're going to do a whole bunch of stupid stuff before they reach adulthood. But it's the same with anyone. When LeBron was in high school, we were all talking about him. It's going to be the same for their kids. I get what you're saying, but maybe just skip over those videos next time because we're going to keep talking about it. But that's all I have for comment clapback.
Jackie, on the last one, I got a little bit of, I think that was on my video that I did on Bronny with the girl. And in the video, I definitely did say in the video that I said y'all like listening to it and y'all like watching these videos and y'all are the same age as Bronny. So that's why we're doing this story.
Right.
So if you watched the video and you weren't a title reader, you would know that I don't care about it either. I did it for y'all. All right, guys, it is time to get into our game of the week. Before we hear, I actually have the Titans and Ravens game. I think this is going to be a great game. I love Derrick Henry, and honestly, I am so tripped out by saying this, but Ryan Tannehill has been great as well. He's finally living up to that contract money, finally. And then obviously on the other side of the ball, we have Lamar Jackson, and we know my boy Des Bryant is in the mix. He hopefully will get more reps and stuff going into this week as he's now had more time to practice and stuff with the team. I think this is going to be a great game. Both teams have really good records right now, and I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, so I am actually going to go with my Saints. I know it seems like the easy pick, but you guys know that Drew Brees is out. He had he has a collapsed lungs, some fractured ribs. He's just got a lot going on in the chest area. So I'm actually going to go with my Saints versus the Falcons. I hate the Falcons with all that is within me, but the Saints have decided to go with Taysom Hill under center, which I don't know if I would do that. I definitely think I would go with Jameis on that one, but this is going to be interesting. I don't think we need to freak out too much because I do think the way they run those two quarterbacks, it doesn't really matter. If Taysom starts having a bad day, then they'll just throw Jameis in there really quickly and it'll be fine. I just found it interesting that they decided to off top go with Taysom. So it's going to be interesting to see because we remember when Drew Brees went out last season, Teddy Bridgewater came in there and did the damn thing and made it work for a long period of time. So I think this is going to be another next man up situation. And it's just curious to me that next man up is Taysom, but I'm still excited to see because I think if we can come out with a win, then I'm going to feel much more confident about our situation.
Games, you guys make sure you check it out. Let us know in the comments below what game you will be watching this weekend, or what games you think are the big games for this weekend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next. Are we doing next weekend? It's Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll give you an episode.
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned.